Good evening. I'm Voluminous Mama back with another book review. The book I'm going to be reviewing today is Abbie Smith's Celibate Sex, and I'm just starting the introduction. Basically, I'll tell you a little bit about Abbie Smith. She's an author, and basically, I took some notes. Abbie Smith, she examines the raw emotion of always being the bridesmaid, but never the bride. She develops into heartache and confusion of being single when your heart is longing for something else. Conversational style and personal story help you acknowledge the feelings and reality of being single in today's world where sexuality is misconstrued and widely exploited. And so, in the introduction, she tells you a little bit about herself and personal experience and how she didn't grow up in church, but there was some confusion about the sex before marriage. And, as most of us people, we had some in our younger, in my 20s, I had some confusion too about some things. And then she goes on and gives you stories and tells you some personal experiences. And then at the end of the introduction, she asks us some questions for further and discussion. And what she's asking you is, how do you relate to any of what she's talking about in this introduction? Did anything strike you as surprisingly familiar? And I answered, I could relate to this chapter because I grew up in church, but I too, in my 20s, had some confusion, you know, on how to be, about the sex situation and being in church and the sex before married and all of that. Then the second question that she asks is what are you interested in or confused about regarding God and sexuality? What are you hoping to learn or better understand about yourself from reading this book? It's a good discussion book, and this is a good book for younger people. And I better want to understand God's will to be celibate and single. But again, like I said, this is a great read for the younger generation. She has a couple of more books that's talking about how to something about your faith in college or something. I haven't read them. I just kind of thumbed through them. But this is one of the bargain books that I got from Ardell's. And I'm impressed so far with just the introduction. So I will continue on reading, and I probably won't do like I've been doing with my other reviews. After every chapter, talk about it. I'm probably going to complete this book and then do a final review. I'll do the introduction and do a final review. But anyway, happy reading, and I'll be back with the final review in a couple of days.